Today I'm going to do a review of a clamp that I like to use when I'm doing our wood projects. Now we do stuff like decorative things that we hang up on the walls, we make little wood crafts like treasure chests, little wood toys, things like that. And for all of them, we need to clamp down the wood, sometimes for gluing, sometimes for sawing, sometimes for drilling, just to help hold it in place for nailing maybe. So we're always using lots of clamps. And the clamps that I like to use are quick release bar clamps like this one. They come out in all different sizes. This is a 6-inch, we have a 12-inch, and there is also a 24-inch. I believe there's an 18-inch and even bigger than 24. So all different sizes depending on your need and what you need to clamp down. So as far as which ones do I prefer specifically, I like this one. This is a Pittsburgh quick release bar clamp. I got this on Harbor Freight. For the 6-inch it was $3.50, so pretty inexpensive. I think the 12-inch one was also in that range, $3-4, something like that. The 24-inch was maybe like $7, so they're very inexpensive and they work great. They absolutely work great. Now the reason why I prefer this brand, the Pittsburgh brand, is because of the handle. It has a rubber handle which makes it very easy to grip when turning this to clamp down on the wood. Your alternatives to a rubber handle, I have other ones that are like this that have a wooden handle, and I don't like the wooden handle. For me, it's been hard. I found it's been hard to get a good grip on there and twist it down to get a tight clamp on the wood. My handle starts slipping, and then I end up putting a lot of pressure, so I've ended up breaking a few of these, and it's basically because I can't get a good grip. And also with the wooden handle, when I'm gripping it, there's a lot of friction on my hand, and so I end up with burn marks or things on my hand from trying to grip the wood. So issues with the friction there. If I was wearing a glove with a grip, then I wouldn't have a problem, but I'm not always wearing gloves with a grip. So that's why I absolutely 100% prefer any clamp like this one that has a rubber handle. Again, it's a Pittsburgh quick release bar clamp that I got from Harbor Freight, so very inexpensive. As opposed to the other ones that I just showed you, like these. These were like 15 bucks and up. I bought them a long time ago, so I don't remember exactly the price, but they were a lot more than $3, so these work great. Alright, well, let me show you how these work. As I mentioned, with the decorative stuff that we have, I'm making these circles that I cut out of pallet wood. But to start that, I have to take about 4 pieces of the pallet wood and glue it together overnight before I cut out a circle on them. Once I have applied the glue, I have my 4 pieces together, but they're not going to glue tightly unless I use a clamp. And that's where I like to use the 24-inch bar clamp. So again, this is that same Pittsburgh brand with the rubber handle. This is the 24-inch because I have an 18-inch would work well here as well, but I don't have an 18-inch, I have the 24. So using this lever here, I press it down and I pull my clamp back. I then get it around the wood and I hold that lever again and I push in until the ends of my clamp are touching the wood. At that point, I turn the rubber handle to move this part in, and that creates a nice tight clamp around my wood. And then for this application, I would also put a clamp on this other side as well. Now in other situations, we might need to clamp something down to drill, in which case I'm putting my wood down, put my finger on the lever, pull it out, push the lever down, and then turn the rubber knob until it's nice and tight, like we see there, and this doesn't move. So I could use that for then drilling, it holds it in place, nailing, or sawing a piece off the edge. Now, when I'm using these clamps, I like to do it so, when I'm clamping it down in this fashion, that the knob is on top versus having it on the bottom. It's easier for me to turn this when it's on top versus having to kind of bend down and get underneath. But these work perfectly for this type of thing, and it's a great type of clamp. I have not had any issues using these clamps. The only problem might be these kind of rubber pieces that are on the ends might come off or break, but I think that's a typical problem. I've had that with all my other clamps as well. As you see, this one, it's missing the piece that was down there. But overall, this is a great, inexpensive clamp that you can get from Harbor Freight. Pittsburgh quick release bar clamp. They come in all different sizes. I highly recommend it, specifically because of the rubber handle. The other clamps are good. They're just a little bit more expensive. I don't like the wooden handle, so these are a lot better specifically because of that. But just in general, they all do the same thing, but this definitely is my preference. There's also another type of clamp which is similar to this. It's called like a ratcheting bar clamp versus a quick release bar clamp. I do not recommend the ratcheting bar clamps. The way that they work is you don't have this and you don't have the knob. There's a trigger instead. You pump the trigger, and as you pump the trigger, it moves this, ratchets this in to clamp the wood. And then it gets tight around the wood, and you can kind of give it one extra squeeze to maybe get it a little bit tighter. But for those, I found that I'm not able to get it as tight as I need to. Sometimes if I'm then cutting or drilling, the wood will start to turn just because I couldn't get a tight grip on it with those. Whereas with the quick release bar clamps that have the knob that you turn, you can get it as tight as you need to, and it works perfectly fine. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment. Let me know about your experiences with these clamps, and I hope this video helps, and I will see you next time.